Hey everybody, this is Erica, the technology nerd who likes to film stuff, and exciting news has been announced for Nintendo lovers out there. So we've gotten word from NPD that the Switch was the top-selling console of last year in both units and dollars in the United States. So I want to celebrate with a fun video and giveaway of an extremely cool Nintendo Switch by Controller Chaos and a limited edition Super Mario 3DS. Now keep in mind that none of this is sponsored, I just really want to share what I love with you guys. I will give the details about how to enter in a separate video, but I wanted to look back just for fun at where I got introduced to Nintendo and some of my favorite consoles and games I've collected. So let's get into it. So the first system that I ever had was a silver Game Boy Pocket. I think I was probably 6 years old. I loved the thing, but I was only allowed to play approved titles. So no Zelda and no Pokemon. My dad didn't want me playing anything remotely violent. Ironically, Pokemon and Zelda are my favorite games as an adult. So I had some pretty benign things like Paperboy and The Lion King, and I still have them. I just didn't get to see what Nintendo was all about. So as I grew up, I had an SNES and a Nintendo 64 at home, but my siblings completely monopolized them and never let me play because they didn't want me to lose all their lives. I wasn't the best at Super Mario, but I was never given a chance. So I'm really getting to experience Nintendo and their games as an adult, and I'm hooked. You guys should let me know what your Nintendo stories are. It really started for me when I was 20. I got a pearl pink DS Lite for Christmas, and oh my goodness, I loved that thing to pieces, literally. The hinge cracked, which was common after constant use with the DS Lite, but it didn't harm the enjoyment, and the battery on that thing never seemed to die. That is what the DS Lite is heralded for. So I got to discover Animal Crossing, Final Fantasy, and finally got to play through Mario 64 on my own. I also finally got to play Pokemon for the first time with Heart Gold, and I went everywhere with the Pokewalker that came in the kit. Back in the day, I used to review virtual pets and actually reviewed the Pokewalker in a YouTube video. So finally the hinge broke on my DS Lite to a point where I had to change out the housing myself. I picked up this Final Fantasy 3 one because I loved that game at the time. So the change-out was successful, but the digitizer never quite worked properly again. I probably just didn't connect the ribbon cable all the way, but I didn't know that, so I got rid of it and I had no money to replace it. I was horrifically heartbroken. I can't explain how crushed I was. So I had no Nintendo for years. Thankfully, these days I have replaced it with a mint green and also a Zelda unit. So fast forwarding, when I was 24, I finally had a little bit of money for a Gameboy Micro. Now I had seen these around and I wanted one so bad. Of course they weren't sold in stores anymore, but I got one on eBay. And I took that thing everywhere, especially plane flights to press events. This is one of the photos I put on eHarmony that attracted my husband to my profile. So yeah, really love that thing. I got the Famicom 20th Anniversary Happy Mario Edition. This one was used, but later on I got a brand new silver one just to make sure I had an extra one if one of them died. So with the Game Boy Micro, I finally got to play Zelda for the first time with Link to the Past. And I finally got to play Super Mario Bros. 3. I don't suck anymore. I've also loved playing Super Mario Advance and Minish Cap, among other things. Then, when my husband and I got married and we both had a steady income, we went completely nuts together collecting games and systems. It's what we do. So after really not liking the original 3DS, I went on a hunt after a dual IPS new 3DS after seeing how bad the TN ones on the new 3DS XL were. Now, a good way to find a dual IPS smaller system reliably is to track down the 20th anniversary Pokemon version. My husband and I got completely nostalgic and had to make a video unboxing the thing. So if you're looking for a smaller dual IPS, go look for that one. I was convinced that I wanted the smaller system, yet when my husband got his Yoshi Green new 3DS XL with IPS top screen, I really went looking, like really crazy went looking. I really liked the screen playing size after all. So here is the lot that I ended up with on my search. We've got the Yellow Pikachu Edition, Pearl White, Galaxy Style, Solgaleo and Lunala, Majora's Mask, Hyrule, and the initial 20th Anniversary Pokemon. The Holy Grail Dual IPS turned out to be the Hyrule Edition. Still, half of my systems turned out to have at least one IPS screen, so they're definitely out there. Now, on the 3DS, I discovered Animal Crossing New Leaf, Link Between Worlds, which I played through really fast, Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, and Super Mario 3D Land. I absolutely loved these. Then, of course, John and I needed to complete our Game Boy Advance SP search, and I ended up with the Toys R Us exclusive Pikachu edition that I had my eyes on as a kid but didn't dare to ask for, seeing as my dad hated Pokemon. It's been absolutely magical playing with it, much to the dismay of the collectors community who couldn't believe I bought it brand new to open it. Then, of course, Nintendo had to launch the 2DS XL, which I couldn't resist, and you guys always ask me to unbox the ones that come out. Now, this system is so intricately adorable with their designs. Nintendo really stepped it up with these. And so far I've picked up the original, which I reviewed, the Pokeball, Yellow Pikachu, and Hylian Shield editions. And last but certainly not least, we have the Switch, which I am completely obsessed with. Breath of the Wild might be my all-time favorite game. I've been playing it to completion, trying to find every little thing. So for the Switch, of course, John and I love Mario Kart, Mario Party, Snipper Clips, Overcooked, Mario Odyssey, to name a few. The library is already excellent. Let's Go Pikachu has exceeded my expectations, and I absolutely can't wait for Animal Crossing. And now that Nintendo is allowing creators to monetize their Nintendo videos without a fuss, expect to see me review it. Now, sadly, Nintendo really hasn't released theme Switches like they did with the 3DS and 2DS XL, so I took it upon myself to theme mine. So here is the obligatory red Pokeball version that I got from Colorware, my pink and green, and of course the Galaxy Edition Switch from Controller Chaos, which I am giving away to you guys. Controller Chaos's work is absolutely amazing. The artwork lines up, whether you're looking at the controllers with the back or the controllers on the Joy-Con grip, and the dock is stunning. So I'm giving away this entire set, so stay tuned. So to wrap this crazy collection video up, Nintendo makes some pretty magical stuff. I'm so glad I've finally gotten to experience what it's all about, and it's almost sweeter discovering it all in adulthood because I've been getting to pretty much experience everything all at once. No one to tell me no. So let me know what your guys' favorite Nintendo memory has been, and stay tuned for the giveaway. So thank you everybody for watching. This has been Erica, the technology nerd who likes to film stuff. Please rate, comment, and subscribe. And have a good night, you guys. Bye! I don't know. You make better faces than I do. Alright, let me play that back.